Hey everyone, welcome to this week's project. Stick around if you want to see what I make out of this ugly piece of log. So this was pretty out of balance. It wasn't completely round, so I decided to use a faceplate instead of a woodworm screw. Once I get it on the lathe and the tailstock pulled up, I start the lathe at a slow speed so I don't get hurt or get some bloody knuckles. Starting with the bowl gouge, just turning a lot of air here really, as you can see. It didn't take long though to get it into round. And for those of you who may wonder why I didn't cut it exactly to round on the bandsaw, my bandsaw and I have broken up lately, I think. I broke the blade on it and need to get a new one. So me and bandsaw blades, we just have a rough history. Let me know if there's a blade brand that you like. So close up here going a lot faster. Here I have the lathe going at about 900 RPM. Admiring the grain. There's a lot of red in this, as you can tell, I think. So there's a pretty large crack in the bowl. As you can see, I actually made it a little bit bigger with the chisel so I could get some resin down in as deep as it went. It wasn't super deep, it didn't go halfway through or anything, but it was deep enough that I wanted to get the resin down in there. So I opened up the entry place, if you will. Using Total Boat here and some eye candy. The color name is Persian Purple. It's really a blue. And this is going to just help it hold it together a little bit better. And hopefully give it some character where there'll be a blue stripe, a blue line, if you will. So after I painstakingly get the tuck tape off, I start turning it again to get it back into round. And that didn't take too long to get it into round. Stopping to admire the grain again. So at this point in the project, I thought that I was making a simple bowl shape. I've made many of them before. As you can see, this one has some height on it, so it was going to be, one of the larger bowls that I've made, not as big in diameter, but certainly one of the taller ones. As I got going, I changed my mind, and it was about here that I changed my mind and decided to make a pedestal bowl. Now, I can still get height on this, even though it's going to be a pedestal bowl, but if you keep on watching, you'll see how I changed my mind again. working on the bottom of the bowl here, and I'm making a tenon. And here you can see that the pedestal part of the bowl starts to take shape. And there are a few cracks that I used some Starbond CA glue in thin, so I can really get down in the cracks. And the accelerator. And on top of that, I used some Starbond medium thick in black. I do have a discount code for Starbond and Total Boat, which I didn't mention when I was showing the Total Boat. Look in the video description and you'll see a bunch of discount codes for great products that I use throughout this video. Total Boat, Starbond, Axe, and others as well. So I didn't show all the sanding because it would have taken like 2 hours. I did spend a lot of time sanding on this, but it was worth it in the end. Taking the faceplate off here, and I'll reverse mount it in the 4-jar chuck, and then start hollowing it out. What you see me doing here is really just taking some material off the top, and I start to hollow it out with the bowl gouge, and then find that I have a broken end of a screw in here. I suspected it when I was taking the screws out of the faceplate, but I thought it might have broken and fallen on the ground, but no, there it is. So I get it eventually, but fighting with it a little bit here. Sorry for the camera movement. Oh, there it is. And I continue hollowing here, and then quickly decide that it'll take forever, and so I go to a Forstner bit. And it's at this point that I decided to take yet another turn with this bowl and not hollow it out. This hole is going to be the main opening of the bowl, and it's going to have a top or a finial. You'll see what I mean in a minute, but a couple passes with 2 different size Forstner bits gets the opening at the right width, and then I change the shape of the bowl, as you'll see here in a minute. going deep enough here to get rid of the screw holes. So I did lose a little height given that. But here I am changing the shape of the bowl. Comment down below now, without looking ahead, if you know what shape I'm going to make the bowl. Checking the thickness of the walls with the calipers and starting to sand. And here you can really tell the shape of the bowl with the lip and, you know, the top as it comes up a little bit. Something a little bit different for me anyway. And using sanding sealer here. Denibbing it here with 800 grit sandpaper. Usually you'll see me use a Scotch-Brite pad, but a high grit sandpaper works well as well. Making sure it's smooth and blowing off any dust. And this is maybe what you've been waiting for from Axe, a smaller size kit, a 2.5 and a 4 ounce. Check out the link in the video description. If you don't do a lot of turning or a lot of woodworking, this might be perfect for you. axewoodpaste.com, and there is a discount code to save you some money. So be sure to check out the video description. Using the Axe abrasive paste here, and it really does bring it to life without making it seem or look or feel fake. It just really goes well with the grain. Look at that. The grain in this is really beautiful. I know I say that every time, but this is the Axe polishing paste. And easy to use, just put it on, rub it in, buff it off. That simple. And it leaves a beautiful result. And remember, if you don't have a lathe and you do other types of woodworking and you want to use Axe, you know, you can get an attachment for your drill, polishing attachment, and use Axe that way. So I still have to take off the tenon and make the top. So that's what we're going to do here, is make the top. While I don't show it all in the video, I did have a process of getting some maple scrap and walnut scrap to round, and then gluing them together with Titebond 3, and then making the finial, which you'll see in the beauty shots coming up here at the end. be sure to subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And let me know what you think of this project down in the comments. I'd really love to hear your feedback. And I do answer all of the comments, so don't be afraid to ask a question or just leave a comment. Surprise contest. If you want to enter to win an axe paste kit, comment down below the name of the pigment powder that I used in this project, and you will be entered to win. Simple as that. So don't forget, comment down below. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Check me out on Instagram and Facebook. And until next week, peace out.